The reigning NBA champs visit snowy Salt Lake City, a place that has not been kind to the Denver Nuggets the last decade. They have one win in their last 15 trips to the Delta Center. And tonight, they face a Jazz team that happens to be one of the hottest in the entire NBA. Welcome to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. The Denver Nuggets and Utah Jazz. Nikola Jokic, Finals MVP a year ago, two-time regular season MVP. And Lauri Markkanen for Utah, most improved player in the league last year, and has the Jazz within striking distance of the playoffs here in 2024. Dave Pash alongside JJ. All right, JJ, let's take a look at our starting lineups delivered by Taco Bell. Joining Sexton will be Chris Dunn in the backcourt, Fontecchio, John Collins, and Markkanen. And Jamal Murray coming off the season-high 37 points in the win over Detroit. Michael Porter Jr. has played in every game this year after dealing with injury for a good part of his career. Malone to call for the early timeout. Going to move this.
The layup.
And a timeout by Utah. But great execution by the Jazz. 9 baskets, 8 assists, and a 10-point lead for the Jazz.
Jordan Clarkson coming off this pick and roll. Nikola Jokic isn't really at the level. No pressure on the ball. No help from Reggie Jackson. Easy two for John Collins.
Utah puts up 35 points, hit 5 early threes. And it's an 11-point lead for the Jazz over Jokic and the Nuggets after one. Out. They have 16 baskets. They have 14 assists.
And it starts with the block here. The third excellent defensive play from Abaji. And it leads to a wide open Jordan Clarkson three. Ochai Abaji making some stellar defensive plays right now for the Utah Jazz. The veer back to get the steal. The one-on-one defense and block on Murray, and then the help side on DeAndre Jordan. Kelly Olynyk out in transition leads to a Jordan Clarkson three.
Not happy with the defense, and also gets Nikola Jokic an opportunity to come back into the game.
Well, this is the modern NBA. Pace and space, and this time just entirely too much space for Kelly Olynyk. Nobody within 20 feet.
Welcome back to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. The defensive struggles for Denver tonight.
Too many breakdowns for the Denver Nuggets. Jokic caught here in no man's land. The paint's wide open. Collins gets the dunk, and then out of the zone. Just some miscommunication between Jackson and Jokic, and Clarkson finds himself wide open from 10 feet away.
And scores 7 quick points for Denver out of the timeout, and now it's a Utah timeout.
Watch this pass from Nikola Jokic. Defense comes on the low side, makes the kick pass to Reggie Jackson, and then starts the fast break with the rebound. The throw-ahead pass, gets it back to his spot, and just the beautiful touch that we've seen time and time again from Nikola Jokic, continuing his hot streak. And on that previous play, the Jazz out and running. Lauri Markkanen with the hammer. And the Denver Nuggets call another timeout. The Utah Jazz running up 11 in the second quarter.
Incredibly efficient first half for Jordan Clarkson, who's on pace for his 6th 30-point game this season. Clarkson and the Jazz leading Jokic and Denver 71-53. So at a halftime, Malika, Stephen A., Wilbon, Perk, coming up after these messages. Welcome back to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Denver head coach Michael Malone understandably frustrated with his team. A bad first half of the Nuggets, and the stats certainly tell the story. Brought to you by ESPN Bet. They allow Utah to score 71 points and shoot 62% from the floor. Fast break points, 16-4. Remember, Denver has lost 14 of its last 15 in this building. Dave Pash, JJ Redick, Andrea Carter. We're used to watching a Denver game and talking about the Nuggets' great offense, but it was Utah with that terrific execution in the first half.
Well, it came down to their ball movement. All 9 of their threes were assisted. Chris Dunn to Markkanen here. Sexton in transition finds Fontecchio. And then Sexton in the half court finds Collins. One more time for Colin Sexton, finding Chris Dunn for the 3. Just a masterful shooting first half from the Utah Jazz.
The Nuggets, and Will Hardy calls a timeout. Fontecchio shaken up. Nikola Jokic is perfect tonight at the field. And look at his last 6 games. He was perfect against Memphis, 11 of 11. And then the very next night against Oklahoma City goes 9 of 10. Missed 1 shot against Charlotte. Missed 3 against Golden State, had an off night. Oh yeah, but he hit a half-court shot to win the game. Missed 6 against Orlando, really struggled, and then only took 3, but made 2. And again, 6 of 6 tonight, so he's 60 for his last 72. I'll bet your Papa Shot game is off the charts, by the way. Denver, the lead is back to 20.
And Lauri Markkanen has made some threes, made some dunks here, just attacking Christian Brown.
Good idea by Olynyk. Good night for Utah. Lauri Markkanen with 19 points, 11 rebounds. Jazz by 21 after 3. Jokic about to check in. He calls the timeout. We have another doubleheader for you on Friday, starting with Philadelphia taking on Sacramento at 7:30. And then Denver returns home to take on the Pelicans, coming off a big win in San Francisco tonight against the Warriors. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown 7 Eastern on ESPN. Jazz have been the best team in the West over the last 11 games. They have the record to prove it, 9-2 during that stretch. And they are very much in the conversation to make the Western Conference play-in or perhaps playoffs. They beat Denver 124-111 to go to 19-20. JJ Redick, Andrea Carter, I'm Dave Bash. Thanks for watching. So long from Salt Lake City. SVP's got a ton of stuff. NBA highlights, Nick Saban news, Pete Carroll, a lot more coming up. SportsCenter with SVP right now.